You've been enlisted by the YouTube algorithm to watch this video about Enlisted, the game that is taking my computer and many others hostage. This is not a joke, I need help. Your country needs you to hit that subscribe button. I haven't made a proper video in a few weeks, so my jokes are absolutely terrible. Enlisted is a game I've been looking forward to since 2016. For those of you that can't do the maths, that's more than a few days ago. In fact, it was over 1,500 days ago. But who's counting? Enlisted is a problem. It's been published by Gaijin Entertainment, the same company behind War Thunder, the game that's taken nearly 1,000 hours of my life away. I've been looking forward to this game, but I was reluctant to download it. Crippling addictions are hard to get rid of. With my rambling out of the way, let's start the breakdown. Graphically, Enlisted does not disappoint. Yes, okay, it's not the best looking game out there by any stretch of the imagination, but it just works. Battles take place during different times of the day, and there's fog of war, which makes this game so bloody intense. You could be there not knowing where anyone is just to hear a bullet whip past your head within inches. I know you get this in a lot of other FPS games, but the developers here have done it so bloody well. Speaking about the sound of guns, they sound really beefy. I'm not sat there with a little pea shooter, I'm sat there firing a deadly weapon. They may not sound true to life, but they sound like they do damage. And that's important. Having good audio is arguably more important than how a game looks. If it sounds like you're not going to want to play it. It's as simple as that. And if someone complains about the graphics, just remember, the game is free. I had no problems running Enlisted. I was sat there thinking, holy this is going to break my potato of a computer. But it ran stupendously smooth. It was only after playing it for the first time I actually looked at the system requirements to run the game, and me, you can run it on a bloody calculator. Apart from the game looking and sounding good, Enlisted feels like an absolute gem to play. I'm going to break down the gameplay mechanics a little bit. I'm not going to go too in depth, otherwise I'd be here all week. When you first load up the game, you have the option to join different campaigns. Each campaign represents major battles and conflicts during the Second World War. Campaigns have two separate sides, the Axis and the Allies. The Axis and Allies don't get along, and they occasionally have arguments. The one thing I thought I'd hate the most about Enlisted ended up being one of my favourite features, and that would be the bots. For those in the dark, when you join a game, you won't be alone, and neither will your teammates. Each player gets to control their own squad of bots. You have limited control with only basic commands like telling them to defend a location or charge in and get slaughtered. Getting them to hold back while you charge in seems to be my go-to tactic, because when you die, which you will, you can simply take control of a bot. You can do this whenever you want, so if you needed to know where a sniper was, charge in, get killed, take control of a bot and get the cheeky trade. Bear in mind, the bots are dumb and hardly a threat to anyone. They're basically there to act as cannon fodder, which I love. You never really spend too much time looking for someone to shoot. Every member of your squad can be leveled up, as well as their weapons and equipment changed. Over the top, probably. Interesting mechanic? Definitely. All the weapons I've currently played with feel fantastic. There hasn't been a simple weapon that feels over or underpowered. Most bolt-action rifles are one-shot kills. SMGs and LMGs take around 3 well-placed shots. Personally, I preferred bolt-action rifles because they're just good. So you're probably asking, is there anything wrong with Enlisted? And yes there is. But it's nothing major. It's actually the same issue I have with the Battlefield franchise. Vehicles feel really overpowered. I understand it's just how vehicles are, but it's still really annoying getting mowed down by a tank or a plane a million times in the space of 30 seconds. I also had some strange moments getting stuck on things or being able to see through random items occasionally. But honestly, to find those issues, I had to actively look for them. So for any normal player, you'll more than likely never encounter them, unless you're not actually playing the game. In the grand scheme of things, Enlisted isn't a difficult game. Yes, it can be complicated and challenging, but you don't have to be some AWP carrying CSGO wizard to play and enjoy it. The hardest part of playing Enlisted is figuring out what to upgrade first in your squad. Apart from that, it's just learning the maps and weapons like any other FPS game. Would I recommend playing Enlisted? Well, if you're into historical shooters, then it's a no-brainer. Yes, you should. The amount of times I've hopped into free-to-play shooters and they're nothing but a buggy mess is unbelievable. But Enlisted is shockingly well built. The team behind creating this game have done an outstanding job, and I thoroughly recommend giving it a go. Enlisted has earned itself alongside some of my favourite games. If you've made it this far into the video, please leave a like. And what are your thoughts on Enlisted? Leave a comment down below. Until next time, I'm off to become a better person, then destroy that progress by playing Minesweeper.